Hey, in this video, we're going to talk about how to get more referrals. Now, I think the reason why I wanted to create this video is because I think a lot of people, if you've already got a fairly good client base, even 5 to 10 clients, most personal trainers are not good enough at actually getting referrals out of their existing client base. Because the thing is, if you master this, it makes your marketing, take so much pressure off your marketing and your sales. Because if you can have your clients provide you with more clients consistently and predictably, it means that you don't have to do the kind of grafting or as much of the grafting on the other side. So let's master this and it'll make our job of growing our business so much easier. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. My name's David, by the way. I've been a PT for 15 years and I now coach other personal trainers on how to build and grow a successful business to consistent 5K months. Company is Velocity. I run it with my best mate, but that's all about me. Let's get into the video. So the simple answer to this question, how to get more referrals, is to ask better. Right? You got to ask for your referrals. If you're thinking that by just doing a good job and getting people results, that people will just naturally bring you people, you're only half true. People, that will happen, and it will happen naturally, right? But through some people. But there are so many more opportunities out there that are to be had if we actually approach this with a system and an actual approach. Okay. So what I want to share with you is the 3-step process that I've shared, that I've used personally, and that I've shared with the trainers at Velocity and our program that works really well to predictably get more referrals. Okay, so 3 steps. We've got, we need to understand when to ask, we need to understand how to ask, and we need to understand what are we going to give the individual to make it easy for them to refer. So we've got when, how, and what. Okay, let's deal with the when first. There's two main points in a client journey where you should be asking for referrals. Okay, one of them is at the beginning. Right, so many people miss this opportunity. What we're trying to do, the reason, the psychology behind when is actually capturing people at the point of peak positive emotion, because people will basically enthusiasm sells. Right, a sale. I once learned that a sale is a transfer of enthusiasm from one person to another, and people get swept up in that enthusiasm because they want what that person's on. Right. Just a bit like I can teach you stuff with enthusiasm, and there's a thing there that if you're like, oh God, David's quite enthusiastic about this. He's delivering it with passion and energy, and there's something to that makes you kind of come in and think, yeah, okay, there must be something to this. And so if we want our clients to be enthusiastic and passionate about you and the work they're doing with you, we're going to need to capture, almost like we want to bottle that up and then use that and then facilitate that to get them to speak to their friends in that mode. In that mindset and an attitude, with that attitude. So that's kind of the idea about when. So if we think about when do clients like get that positive emotion, well, first of all, it's quite soon after they sign up. They're excited, they're buzzing. A lot of clients when they first start up, they're really amenable, they're like absorbent like a sponge, they're taking in all the stuff, they want to do loads of work, and we capitalize on that kind of first honeymoon period when a client signs up. So if we can give some people some quick new clients some quick wins, and then facilitate them to go and refer to their other friends and get them on the journey as well, we're in for a winner. Okay, so that's the one time. The other time is whenever your client hits a checkpoint or like a goal. It could be the big goal or it could be like a significant point along the way. Okay, so that's why reviewing your client's progress relative and against the goals that they had when they first joined you is really important. Because if we're doing that, we can actually have mini celebrations with them along the way and say, hey, look what you've managed to achieve. Look how far we've come since you started, and you've now achieved X. Look where you were when we began. And you can have this mini celebration together, and that kind of riles up this positive emotion. They feel really accomplished, they feel really proud, they're super happy, and it's in that moment that we need to ask. Okay, so you've got one, which is at the beginning, and the second, which is at a point that they hit a milestone on their journey. So let's talk about, so that's when. Let's talk about how. This is where I think actually when I talk about how, I speak to the belief and the conviction you have in your own service. And the reason why people don't directly ask well enough is because they don't truly deeply believe in what they do. They say they do, but actually they couldn't look someone in the eye and say, what I do and what I've done for you, dear client, has been so good, and we've made such great progress, and I'm so proud of what you've done and what we've done together that I would love to do that for more people. And I'm looking down the lens of the camera right now because this is exactly what you should do to your client. You're looking at them in the eye, you're face to face, and you're smiling, you're expectant, you're enthusiastic about this, and you're gonna say to them, which of your friends, which of your family members right now want to come on the journey like you're on with at the moment. Who would be ready to embark upon that journey? Because I would love to reach out and actually help them. And you're not asking them to sign up in this moment. You're just asking them to point you in the direction of someone who might. Okay, and we're going to do that with conviction, and that's one of the most important things and one of the most prevalent things that's missing amongst asking. Now, there's another thing about the how, which is the way we make this more effective is that we make sure we instill plenty of value into our client up front. So at Velocity, we use something called a macro review, which is basically an opportunity to sit down and look at that progress that I mentioned and see, like, make the client realize how far they've come. But you're leaning in also to figure out what else can I be doing as a client to serve you, to help you on your journey, and actually directly going to your client and asking and making sure, like double checking, triple checking, what else can I be doing, and thinking, what am I missing at the moment? Okay, what would a more experienced trainer, what would a trainer that's charging double my fees be doing for this client right now? And once I've gone through that thought experiment and maybe doubled down on stuff that I'm doing for that client and the ways that I'm supporting them, I then can go to that client with much more confidence because I've got more leverage. Leverage in that if I do more for my client, if I over deliver, then I deliver more than what they're expecting or what they're paying for, then in a sense they owe me. And this is the nature of reciprocal relationships. And like, this is just the way human psychology works, is that the law of reciprocity means that we don't like to be in debt to other people. So if someone does a really big thing for us, we feel we need to reciprocate. And if you can do that to your client prior to asking, the how becomes a lot easier, particularly if you have total conviction and belief in what you do. Anyway, that's how. The final piece of the puzzle is what. What do we actually say? What do we do when we ask for this referral? Well, again, a big mistake that I see a lot happening is that PTs, they just say, do you know anyone that wants to do PT with me? Now, what we're missing here is the big component of a sales process, is that we have a generation of a lead, which is getting someone's name and a number of contact information. Then we have the translation of that lead into a prospect, which means that we built rapport, we built some trust with that individual. And then we have a kind of a taster experience where we kind of show the individual, or we work with the individual to figure out what would it look like if we were to work together. And that can be a consult, it can be a taster experience, it can be some form of assessment. And once we've gone through that, we're now in a position to talk about working together and actually then telling you all about my program, what's involved, what do I get when I sign up, how does it work, what's the deliverable, what's the service like, right? And we've kind of made this huge leap when we ask our client if someone wants PT, because they don't know what your client knows. And we can't rely on our clients to properly communicate and facilitate that whole journey for us. So really all we're asking in this moment is, do you know anyone that wants to make a change and that would be open to come and spend some time with me, and so that I could help them for free? That's basically what we're saying, because that's what you did to get that client in the first place, more than likely, is that there was something you did, a conversation or a free session or a free value offering, that made that person go, do you know what, I can trust David. David's a good guy, and David knows his stuff, so I might spend some time, and I might lean in. So the hack here is making sure that you have something clear and ready to present. That is, when you say to your client, you look them in the eye and you say, I'm taking on new clients. I'm thinking of all the great work that we've done together on your body and your health and your fitness, and I want to help more people. And I would love to enlist your help in helping me find more people. So who do you know? Which of your friends, family would be open to come and spend some time with me? Now, what I've got, this is the kicker, what I've got is two free sessions where we're going to go through, in session 1, we're going to go through X, session 2, we're going to go through Y. It's totally free, totally no obligation. All I'm looking to do is see if I can help. Now, of course, if they then want to explore working with me, that would be fine and we can have that conversation, but I'm not going there yet. And you see what I did there? I didn't make the assumption that they're just going to do PT. I'm not relying on my client to sell for me. That's not a referral. The referral is just here's a person. Let me introduce you. Here's a name and number. Right? Here they are. Meet David, meet Jane. It's that introduction. And people will think it's the sale, which it's not. Okay. So we've got those 3 things. Little summary. So we've got the when to ask, which is at the beginning when they're really high on excitement, that honeymoon period, or when they've hit a major milestone along the way to a goal. And we're tracking, we're measuring to ensure that we can be in control of that realization of when they hit that milestone. We've then got the how, and we need to think about that exchange, the leverage of what we've got. So we're doing as much as we can for our client to ensure we're doing our job. And then we ask with conviction, we ask with belief, we look them in the eyes, and we're face to face with them. And then it's the what do we say, what do we do? And we're not asking them to make the sale for us, we're only asking them to make an introduction. And once we've made that introduction, we're going to offer something for free to draw them in, to encourage them to step into us. And in that moment, now we have an opportunity to develop and nurture a potential client relationship. And that's how we get more referrals. We ask, but we do it in a very specific way. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. Again, if you really like this, if this was good, please drop me a like. Comment below would be amazing. I'd really appreciate that, just to let you know that this has been helpful, because that's why I do these things. And if you want some help in your business, if you want to grow your income, grow your client base, then we are taking on clients right now. So feel free to reach out. Just drop us a message, comment clients below, and we'll reach out and get in touch. We can have a chat. But that's it. That's it from me. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.